we urge the organ troika to convene at shorter intervals to assess the work of the shuttle diplomacy mission and deploy the necessary interventions as the reform process progresses in our sister country, Madagascar. We commend the panel and all those involved in executing the mandate of this summit with diligence and impartiality and dedication as well, under complex and very difficult circumstances. Their work has provided us with a clear, evidence-based understanding of the developments on the ground and the state of the reform process in Madagascar. As we have reaffirmed today, any reform or refoundation process must be understood as a transitional pathway, not an open-ended arrangement. It must lead within a defined and reasonable time frame to the restoration of full constitutional order and lead to the holding of democratic elections that will in the end reflect the will of the Malagasy people. Our region cannot afford cycles of transition without resolution. Stability is not sustained by indefinite processes, but by credible institutions and legitimate elected governance. We have agreed that SADC shall remain seized with the situation in Madagascar and will continue to accompany the Malagasy people on this very important journey. In doing so, we reaffirm our unwavering support for a process that is inclusive, transparent, and nationally owned by the people of Madagascar. We reaffirm our support for a process that addresses the political, security, economic, and institutional causes of instability. Today's decisions send a clear message to all stakeholders in Madagascar. Firstly, that the success of the national consultation and reform process depends on the participation and good faith of all actors, and may I say, all stakeholders. We therefore urge all parties, government, political actors, civil society, the youth, the women, traditional leaders, and all sectors of society to engage constructively, exercise restraint, and place national interest above narrow considerations. Second, we emphasize that inclusivity and transparency are essential conditions for legitimacy. We call on the government of Madagascar to ensure that consultations are genuinely representative and that implementation is guided by impartiality and neutrality. Thirdly, we have strengthened the SADC engagement architecture, the expanded mandate of the panel of elders under Her Excellency Dr. Joyce Banda's leadership, including facilitation and reconciliation functions, will ensure sustained political accompaniment. The approval of a SADC liaison office in Antananarivo will further enhance our capacity to support coordination on the ground in close collaboration with national authorities and partners. These mechanisms are designed to ensure that SADC remains present, responsive, and effective. Finally, we have reinforced accountability, regular reporting through the Secretariat, including quarterly updates and immediate escalation of any deterioration or deviation from agreed milestones to the organ troika, will ensure that we remain fully informed and are able to respond decisively and expeditiously where needed. This is essential for maintaining confidence in the process and also credibility in our collective decisions. We reiterate, therefore, our call for the release, as nearly many speakers said, of political prisoners, an end to arbitrary arrests and the facilitation of the return of political exiles. These measures are not only humanitarian in nature, they are fundamental to building trust and creating an environment conducive to genuine national dialogue and reconciliation. What we have decided on today is really a reaffirmation of our collective responsibility to defend constitutional governance, to prevent the recurrence of instability, and to stand in solidarity with the people of Madagascar as they seek a more stable and democratic future. So in the end, let us therefore remain guided by unity of purpose that underpins the existence of our organization, SADC, consistency in principle and the values upon which SADC was founded, and firmness in implementation of our decisions. The credibility of SADC depends on our ability to ensure that we all respect the decisions that we collectively take. I once again want to thank everyone for your participation and the attention that everyone has paid to the deliberations that we have had. Now, as I conclude, I just, Executive Secretary, want to comment on, as I'm looking more closely at the communiqué that I now have in my hand. I am missing somewhere our gratitude, except for just referring to the missions that were led by Dr. Banda and the former president of Malawi,